If you're thinking of watching this anime, don't. Good morning, pizza people. It's Tine Pizza back today with another video, and today we're going to be talking about the most banned anime of all time, aka Shoujo Tsubaki. Series that had a manga in 1984 and by 1992 had an anime. Now, I'll be honest with you, before we go forward, this is one of the most disgusting, creepiest, and vivid, displays of not only what humans can do, but what humans can create in all of anime. Maybe even in media, because it's different. Now, Shoujo Tsubaki is an anime about a young girl who is taking care of her sick mother, and through taking care of her sick mother, she was unfortunately lured out, and some very, very unfortunate things happened to her, and she was taken advantage of and attacked and used in all sorts of ways that I wish not to personally say. Now, Shoujo Tsubaki, right, instead of just implying what happened to the main character known as Minori after she was taken advantage of, it goes on to show the extreme and brutal, just vivid detail of everything that the character known as Minori had to endure. And at first, when you watch it, you're gonna kind of consider the show to be just gross, just disgusting, just to be an absolute gore fest, and it's basically just a big mouth type of show. That's what you'll consider it as when you're first watching, and it's completely understandable, right? But Shoujo Tsubaki goes on to, instead of just using it in order to have a display of what happened just for it to be there, the creator of Shoujo Tsubaki went on to say he was doing it in order to bring awareness and bring support and show the haunting and dark reality of what goes on beneath the surface. And the anime is, honestly, I've watched it, I've seen it, and I don't go on to say it's beautiful or it's amazing by any means, because it's honestly a gut-wrenching show to watch. It will turn your stomach sideways. You'll watch it and you'll honestly want to click off. I had to pause a couple of times seeing it for myself. But what I will say is I understand why it was made. I understand the purpose of it. As I mentioned earlier, right, a big part of the show, it deals with multiple forms of abuse, whether that be fighting and attacking each other and all that. And the creator of the show went on to mention that the reason they added it in so vividly and as much as they did was because they experienced some of these things themselves, and they wanted to give the perspective for someone that has experienced these dark and tragic things firsthand. And honestly, I feel a film like this, it can be a lot, especially if you have experienced a lot of the acts depicted in the film yourself. But I do think that the creator was purely doing this to give a helping hand or real genuine support, because maybe the creator didn't have that kind of support when they went through the same kind of issues that were depicted in the film. Now, as you can imagine, based off the synopsis alone, nobody at all wanted to touch this film. Nobody wanted to watch it. Nobody wanted to sponsor it. Nobody wanted to help it get made. And it's honestly understandable, because having your hands or your involvement into something like this, it looks pretty bad on your name. Even though this didn't go on to ruin the lives of the creators or anything like that, it's definitely a bad look to have associated with you. It will make it a little bit harder to get work. The film had such a hard time finding sponsors that one of the dudes named Hiroshi Arata, who was basically single-handedly very important in the making of the film, he basically made the film himself with creating over 5,000 separate sheets of hand animation that he drew himself, and he used his life savings, and it took 5 years to make this film. If that isn't dedication to trying to tell the story that you really want to tell, then I don't know what is. Because honestly, if y'all knew how hard it was to make anime films and to actually create anime and make animation, I think you would probably see why so many seasons of these animes out here be flopping. Even after the anime was fully created and fully drawn and all that, it was so rare to even see this anime because like everywhere in Japan just refused to air it. Like they just refused to show it at all, refused to do screenings like that. And from there on, every other country was like, we're not touching that. Even if the place it comes from is not touching it, of course we're not touching it. And this just led to the anime being basically considered banned because nobody wanted to show it because of how detailed and grotesque that the show was. Though, if you do look online, like today in modern day, you're probably gonna find it in less than 5 minutes. But even further in the modern day, right, of course you're gonna have people that view it as just grotesque and disgusting and just write it off immediately, right? But as years have progressed, more people have been able to see that there is somewhat of a bright side to this, or maybe they're able to see the message that the story is displayed to, because the anime is not completely banned. The manga isn't completely banned at all because you can still buy it. You can still find it somewhere. You just have to look hard enough. And even in the last couple of years, people have started accepting it more because in Japan in 2016, there was a full live action film. I haven't seen that, and I don't know how much in detail that it goes, but the fact that it was able to even get a live action film in like 2016 after being made in 1984 and basically being written off as one of the most disgusting works of all time, I think that says pretty well for the message that people are able to see through all the mud, dirt, and just disgustingness that is just within that series. You just have to really try your best to look past it. But pizza people, I want you to let me know how you feel about this anime in the comment section below. Let me know how it affects you, if you feel comfortable. Let me know what you think about the anime, and let me know if you want me to cover more things like this. I really had a good time. But until next time, my name is Tine Pizza, and I will see you all on the other side of the slice. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.